local all morning. You're watching Fox 61 Morning News.
First at 6, we are taking a live look at Bradley International Airport, the big board this morning. Just moments ago, the shutdown-related restrictions on airlines were lifted. We'll have much more from Joe Monty coming up in a live report in a few minutes from now. But first, we want to say good morning. Happy Monday. Hope you had a great weekend, waking up feeling refreshed. Thanks for joining us on Fox 61 and Fox 61 Plus. I'm Bridget Piorlo.
And America Areas, thanks for spending part of your morning with us. It is a chilly one out there when you're talking about the morning. If you're getting ready to head outside, gotta grab that winter coat.
Absolutely.
Today is like the day to do it.
Absolutely. Winter chill in the air this morning. We have
dig up those hats too.
Feels like temperatures, in the 20s and out there this morning. So definitely a colder start with a few flurries around as well. In northwestern Connecticut right now, we're seeing a couple of flurries. These are holding together from some lake effect snow showers, but otherwise for us here locally, this isn't going to amount to much. You may just see it out the door. Temperature is anywhere from 30 degrees right now over in Torrington to about 40 in New Haven, but when you factor in these winds that are sustained at about 10 to 15 miles per hour and gusting closer to 30 miles per hour this morning, it feels like the 20s for a lot of the state. So plan for a little bit of cloud coverage, a few flurries this morning. Temperatures are in the 30s. For the ride home, temperatures will be around 40 degrees. But again, when you factor in that wind that will be blustery throughout most of it, it'll feel like the 20s throughout the morning, and then into the afternoon, it'll only feel like about 30 to about 35 degrees across the state. Otherwise for tomorrow, it's going to be another cold start with temperatures in the 30s. By the afternoon, back up to the 40s. That advanced too quickly, but that's all right. Into the 40s with a mostly sunny sky. We'll talk about where we go from here with your full 7-day forecast just around 15 minutes away. Checking in with the roads this morning here, we have two issues to talk about. First one is going to be over in Southbury, so heads up for folks. This is on 84 westbound out by 16 and 15. There are delays in the area. There is a car down the embankment as they work on clearing that. Your travel speed's back behind it, just around 6 miles per hour. Crash in East Haven this morning on exit 51 through 53. 95 northbound, a live look outside. You can actually see the camera shaking because of the wind. You can see the flashing lights on your screen this morning because of that crash there. That's going to be on the right lane. So there's a lot of brake lights in the area. We're also heavy in Bridgeport this morning. We'll take a look at your drive times coming up. Over to you.
Rachel, thanks so much. All right, 6:02 now and happening today. Middletown is expanding its speed camera program, adding 2 new camera sites across the city.
We've been warning you about this for months now. Fox 61's Priscilla Meza is live along Country Club Road this morning with what drivers need to know. And Priscilla, they're making the message loud and clear.
Yeah, good morning, Bridget and Erica. That's right. We are out here on Country Club Road, just east of Higbee Road, and this is just one of those new cameras is already in place, and this is one of 2 sites here in Middletown where they are activating those. This stretch of road here has a 25 miles per hour speed limit, and there are cameras going in both directions. You can also see several signs posted for drivers to know that these cameras are going to be put in place starting today. Over at the Spencer Elementary School zone, more cameras were added on Westfield Street between McCormick Lane and Bailey Road. During school hours, 8 to 9:15 a.m. and 3 to 3:45 p.m., the limit drops to 20 miles per hour, but outside of those times, it goes back up to 30 miles per hour. Right now, drivers are in the warning period, which starts today, so no fines just yet, but citations will begin on December 22nd. And this all comes after we saw the first camera go up on Washington Street. One Department of Transportation spokesperson said there's a 30-day grace period with no fines, as I just mentioned. And after that, anyone going 10 miles an hour or more over the limit will get hit with $50 to $75 fines. And officials say this isn't about taking money. The funds stay local to support the cameras and town projects. And at the end of the day, the goal is simple, just making these busy roads safer.
We would love to see zero revenue generated for any of these towns and cities, because that means people are not speeding, that they're not running red lights, that they're not breaking the law.
So again, starting today, you will see those new cameras being implemented here on Country Club Road and near the Spencer Elementary School zone. And starting today, only warnings will be handed out, but December 22nd, those citations will be having to be paid up if you are caught speeding. And for now, live in Middleton, Priscilla Meza, Fox 61.
All right, Priscilla, thanks. You've been warned. Well, the man acquitted in the murder of 17-year-old Fairfield prep student Jimmy McGrath at a house party in Shelton back in 2022 is expected back in Milford Court today. The last time Raul Valley appeared in court without legal counsel and said he's still searching for someone to represent him. He was acquitted back in July for murder, but the jury deadlocked on other lesser charges. That includes first-degree reckless manslaughter, 2 counts of first-degree assault, and 1 count of second-degree assault. The judge agreed to give him more time to find legal representation. And officers in Naugatuck say 2 people were stabbed with a knife in the area of Margaret Circle. You're taking a look at that area on the map on your screen here. It happened around 10:30 last night. A person was taken into police custody, and we're told the 2 people hurt were taken to the hospital for treatment. Police did not say how they're doing this morning.
A tree fell onto some wires yesterday in Easton, and it closed down a busy stretch of the road there. Easton police say that Reading Road is closed near Route 58. Officers say a tree fell just before Burr Street. Meantime, Route 136 West is partially closed about 200 yards before Route 58. That's where flooding and a fallen pine tree are blocking the lane. People are urged to avoid these areas. Please seek an alternate route if you can. At last check, police couldn't say when the roads would reopen. And wires were also down for part of the day in Baltic on Route 97 near the Norwich town line. Baltic firefighters say there were downed wires that were sparking, but the road is now back open. So good news there.
6:06 is your time. Bridgeport police say a 35-year-old woman is in critical condition after her motorcycle crashed. Police say it happened yesterday morning at Main Street and Goldenrod Avenue. Officers say the driver of a car turned left into the path of the motorcycle, and we're told the driver is cooperating with police. No one was hurt. Firefighters in Westport say a tow truck was hit by an SUV at a high rate of speed. That truck was already at the scene of a crash when the second crash happened. Both vehicles were heavily damaged, but firefighters say everyone involved was able to get out on their own. No one was seriously hurt.
A 19-year-old man is dead and 2 others hurt after a crash in Brantford late Saturday night. Police say 2 cars crashed near North Main and Cedar Streets just before midnight. All 3 victims were taken to the hospital. That's where police say the 19-year-old later died. Police have not released his name, but did say he's from East Haven. And police are asking anyone with information about the crash to please give them a call. All right, take a moment to take a look at these photos here. This is from the Berlin Volunteer Fire Department. That yellow vehicle, it caught fire yesterday morning on Middletown Road. Fortunately, no one was hurt. Firefighters didn't say what caused the fire, just that it was mechanical in nature.
6:08 now, and crews have finished repairs on a 6-inch water main on Dallas Avenue in Waterbury. The city says water service has been fully restored, and crews were expected to finish road repairs yesterday afternoon. Earlier, the break temporarily affected 25 to 50 homes and led to a brief water shutdown as well. In less than an hour from now, airlines will be able to resume normal flight schedules at 40 major airports nationwide.
Yeah, good news. The Federal Aviation Administration lifted a restriction on commercial flights that were ordered during the government shutdown. Now, just after the announcement was made yesterday, travelers said that they hope the reductions don't happen if the government shuts down again.
I just wish this could all be avoided. I don't know why we have to go through this over and over again in this country.
It is frustrating. Secretary Sean Duffy, meanwhile, says efforts will now be focusing on hiring more air traffic controllers and also revamping their system with new equipment. President Donald Trump's administration has canceled a plan to require payments to travelers for plane delays. The plan was first announced during former President Joe Biden's term in office, and it was meant to require airlines to pay passengers up to $300 for delays of at least 3 hours and up to $775 for delays of at least 9 hours. The Transportation Department says the proposal has been withdrawn because it would have caused, quote, unnecessary regulatory burdens. Current customers can receive refunds for canceled flights, but no compensation is required for delays.